The Queen's Platinum Jubilee, June 2022. My name is Sandy Hodkin and I'm a real estate agent in Cocoa Beach with Remax Aerospace. So obviously you can tell that I'm English, and we've just had a tremendous boost in England with the Queen having her Platinum Jubilee. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what I did for some of my American and British friends. I asked the ladies to wear a hat. The men could come as they please because I didn't want to make it too difficult, because my husband's not one of these people that dresses up, especially when it's, very hot here in Florida. So all the ladies came in dresses and hats, which was lots of fun. I am going to show you how to make English scones, and then we're going to look at how to make English sausage rolls. So that's going to be a little bit of a demo for you, and then we're going to go on to the afternoon tea. So today we're going to learn how to make English scones. So an English scone is like a biscuit, American biscuit, but it's a little sweeter and it is a little lighter, I suppose is really the word. So I went to Culinary Institute many years ago in England, and this is the cookbook that I learnt from, and as you can see, that the scone recipe has been used many times. So I have quite a few people coming for the English Queen's tea, so I'm going to do 4 times the recipe. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is make sure that your flour is aerated, and so you have to do this by sieving it a couple of times. And so you do this, and then you will add your baking powder to it. I'm just going to sieve it once without anything in it to make sure we get anything that's supposed to be in it, any lumps, bumps, crumbs. As you can see, there's a few little things in the bottom that you really don't want. And then we're going to sieve it again. So I put it on a piece of foil so that I can pick it up and re-sieve it. And you really want to, eventually you're going to just do it and make a bay. And so you make the bay by putting it on the counter, and then you're going to make a bay and then rub into your fat. So here's the baking powder. So we're going to do it again. And get as much air as you possibly can into the flour. So even though we've sieved it already once, we're still getting a few pieces in the bottom, and we're just going to throw it away. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to rub the fat into the flour. So here is my butter. Try to aerate it as much as possible, and you're going to rub the fat into the flour. So you want to have your butter a little cool. So I took it out maybe an hour ago so that I can get it to rub into the flour. You'll eventually get to the point where you can just feel a few lumps of the butter, and you'll continue to do this. So once you have got all the butter into the flour, it will resemble, sort of like a rough breadcrumbs. So then what you're going to do is you're going to make a bay, and so you're going to make a hollow in the middle of your flour mix. Then what you're going to do is you're going to add in your sugar, and then you're going to add in your milk. And the idea being is that you then use your fingers to to dissolve the sugar in the milk. And as you're doing that, you're going to start encroaching on your bay and starting to add the flour and butter. So once you've incorporated all the milk and liquid, you're going to scrape it up into one big mountain in the middle, and you can see that it's still a little bit sticky, and that's okay. And then you're going to get a little bit of flour and dust your hands so you can take away all the extra flour off your hands. Now you don't want to knead it like bread, but you're just going to incorporate it all together. Then, once you've got it into sort of a roll, I always take a third, and you're going to put that to the side. So once you've got it all together in a bowl like this, you're going to just a little bit on the top of flour, and then you're going to just put a little bit of flour on your rolling pin, and you're just going to roll it down, and always roll in a forward direction. So you're going to roll and turn, and you're going to roll and turn. So once you've got it to about sort of half an inch deep, you're ready. I don't like a huge scone, so I am just using my 2-inch cutter, and then we're going to put them onto a baking sheet. I always like to use a little bit of pan, so you want to just spray it on your tray. So once you've got down to the ends, you're going to take the third that you put aside, make a little bay, and then you're going to put your cuttings into the middle. And then you're going to incorporate them all again. So after you've rolled out the second batch, you're going to then have a small amount left, and you're just going to do the same. You're going to add a little flour to the bottom and bring in all your scraps. And then the last piece is always what I call the tester. It's going to be smaller than any of the others. So once you have them all cut out, you're then going to crack an egg and put it into a cup or a bowl or whatever you want to do. And then you're going to brush the top of each scone with a little egg wash. I have what I call a paintbrush, but for me, I keep it just for food, so it's a food paintbrush. And then from there, you're going to pop it into the oven. The scones onto a clean tea towel, and then you wrap them so that they can steam for a bit longer. So the next thing we're going to make today is sausage rolls. So I try to keep it very simple. I buy 2 pounds of sausage meat. I buy a hot sausage meat, and I buy either a sage or a maple, so we have a little bit of flavour. So, but always a hot and always a regular or a medium or a sage or whatever it is. You're just going to and then you're just going to blend the 2 sausage meats together. Each of these is going to, so puff pastry comes in 2 per box, so you're going to make the equivalent of 6 miniature rolls. So you're going to divide this . As you can see, the puff pastry has been rolled into a third. When they bring it, shows you that it's been folded into a third, so that's perfect for what we're going to do. We're going to make sure we have flour on both sides. And again, you're going to want to roll in a forward direction. You want to increase the length by about another third. You're going to take your ball of sausage meat, a little bit of flour on your hand, and then we're going to roll it to the length of your puff pastry. It doesn't have to be perfectly, you just want to take it up there and measure so that you've got it the right length. So these are going to be cocktail sausage rolls. So basically they're going to be like a bite. Okay, so now we have all of the sausage meat on the pastry, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take your egg yolk mixture again, and you're going to paste on the puff pastry, because this is basically going to be your glue to keep the pastry around the sausage roll. Okay, so I'm just going to do one side for you. So then you're going to take the edge of the puff pastry, you're going to wrap it around your sausage roll, and you're going to just cover it so that it sticks on the other side. And with your knife, you're going to cut it, and then you're just going to roll it so that it seals on itself. Okay, and then make sure that the seam is going to be on the bottom. To this is I put it on a piece of tin foil, and then I am going to pop them back into the freezer, and then what will happen is the puff pastry will get hard, and then you can make very nice pretty slices. If you try to cut it when it's warm like this, you will get a very raggedy shape. The sausage roll will not cut neatly, and then the sausage meat will come out. So I just put it on a little piece of tin foil on my tray, and then I just put my sausage rolls again, making sure that the seam is complete and it's face down. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick demo here. So once your sausage rolls are on the tray like this, again you're going to use your egg yolk mixture, and this is just an egg that's been beaten, and you're going to just brush it over the sausage roll. And I always do it before, because you have more egg than you can need at the beginning, so you don't want to, once you've taken them out of the freezer, having to egg wash them again, because then you're just wasting the egg. So after the sausage rolls have been in the freezer for a little bit, you want to then take them out, and then you can then cut them very, very neatly. So once they come out of the freezer, you can then cut them into size that you want. So here we have the full tray ready to go into the oven. I'd like to bake them about 425 for about 15 minutes. Then I see how they're doing, and then maybe I turn them around and maybe bake for them for another 5 minutes. So the first thing that we do is we decorate the outside of our house. So I have a flagpole in my front yard, and so I put the Queen's flag up flying high, and then I decorated our front door and then the inside of the house. It was a beautiful afternoon, so we ended up spending most of our time outside on our pool deck, and we played the quiz, and then we went and had some afternoon tea. Because obviously I wanted it to be all about the Queen, I made a trivia quiz, which a lot of my British friends were like, oh gosh, I don't even know all of this about the Queen, but we did that, and I had some coins from the celebration in England sent to me so that I could give those out as prizes.
During what event does the Queen visit Edinburgh every year?
Oh, wow.
Edinburgh, whatever.
Edinburgh. Edinburgh Festival.
No.
Was it?
What's the answer?
Comedy
I think that's
So
it.
what's the answer?
What's the answer?
Hollywood.
What?
What is it?
Hollywood.
It is the royal tattoo, but it's before.
Yeah.
So she goes to Edinburgh for the Royal Tattoo Games every year.
What is a tattoo game?
The drum
Well, they
thing, the,
draw things on you.
military marching band.
In
You should
Edinburgh.
YouTube it, it's fascinating, it's really, really good.
Where does the royal family traditionally spend Christmas?
Okay.
Sandringham.
Oh, and this is the first one. I'm sorry.
Coronation in 1953.
Wow.
On TV.
In
On TV.
1953.
On TV.
20,053.
I put 100.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
20,000.
How many?
Sandy, you can't
What?
There wasn't 20 million TVs.
It's possible.
There wasn't 20 million TVs.
There was no TV in 1953. It was invented.
Somebody just
It was invented.
The name of the Queen's sister, who was recently played by Helena
Margaret.
Bonham Carter on Netflix, The Crown.
Margaret.
We all know this answer.
Margaret.
What was the Christmas card answer?
Very precise. 37,500.
How?
Why only one?
Because these are all with one.
These very, very
Oh, half a
special
point for this one,
queens.
okay.
Imported from England
From
by me.
England.
Then we got one. No, that was wrong.
Before.
Yeah, we were wrong there. It was right.
And then
This is right.
is the half
one's right.
crown.
Who's the oldest? William.
Go on now.
No.
So
Babe,
it wins
she.
both. It wins both prizes. That's not
All
right,
right.
Paul. You're greater.
No, on TV.
Sorry, say it again.
That's a number. That's he's from England. And the second prize is the special tea.
And I think, because I had English, let's do that again. They think that's why I think.
I was going to do a traditional afternoon tea. So I was doing the cucumber sandwiches, I did a dual chicken salad, I had a smoked salmon pinwheel, we had sausage rolls, we had scones, we had Devonshire clotted cream, I made the English sticky toffee pudding. I also then made the trifle that won the award in England. So it was a lemon Swiss roll with lemon curd, and then it had mandarin oranges, the custard, the cream, and then you decorate it with some white chocolate with almond biscotti biscuits and some fresh fruit. Just because I love them, we also had deviled eggs, which a girlfriend of mine made because she makes homemade mustard, so we had that as well. And then we had some little miniature cupcakes. We had some petit fours, and I saw in the store the other day little shortbread cookies that were the shape of a Westie, and as those are my dogs, I had to have those as well. The afternoon of the afternoon tea, I made some traditional English drinks, which are Pims. So this is a drink that you buy in a bottle, but you add to it some ginger ale, you add some lemon, and then also some slices of cucumber. It is very refreshing, and then you serve it over ice. I also had some English sherry, Harvest Bristol cream, which is another traditional drink, and we also had champagne, mimosas, just to make it festive, and then of course the gin and tonic. So I hope you enjoyed our celebration of the Queen. Obviously I am British at heart, but I am an American citizen now, but I don't think that ever goes away, our Britishness. We had a lot of fun, and I hope that you enjoyed watching some of our little shows on how to make sausage rolls and scones. If you're ever in Cocoa Beach and have any need for real estate, I hope that you will call me, email me, text me, ring the bell, subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you around.